asking for forgiveness now is not enough.
I don't think so, because after 70 years after the end of the war, you say, I'm sorry, I'm guilty. 70 years before he can say the same thing. So he was always hidden. And now when the trial is, he come with that declaration. I think it's a little bit too late. And I think he has to be punished. He's an old man, 93 years old. Not my family, never be that age. Only 40, 45 and less. I think it's never too late. I think last year the German government says they should do everything to put people on trial. I think it's too late, but it has to be done.
Groening now faces between 3 and 15 years of prison.
And that was Jan van der Made speaking to Jacques Christopher, chairman of the Auschwitz Committee on that report. A Frenchman on death row in Indonesia has lost his final appeal for clemency. Sarge Atlawi, who was arrested at an ecstasy laboratory in 2005, faces the death sentence as part of Jakarta's crackdown on the drugs trade. RFI's Tony Cross is here to tell us more on this case. Tony?
Indonesia's Supreme Court on Tuesday rejected Atlawi's bid for a judicial review of his last chance to avoid execution. Three judges found that there were not enough new elements to justify the move. On hearing the news, Foreign Affairs Minister Laurent Fabius appealed for clemency. Atlawi, a 51-year-old father of four, was arrested in an ecstasy lab near Jakarta in 2005 and was sentenced to death 2 years later, the only one of the 9 arrested to receive the death sentence. He said he was installing machinery and thought the factory produced acrylics. France last week warned of consequences on bilateral relations if he is executed. Atlawi is one of several foreigners, including 2 Australians, on death row. A Ghanaian among the group is appealing to the Supreme Court. When the appeal procedure is exhausted, they're likely to face the firing squad.
And that was RFI's Tony Cross. The time has just gone, let me see, 24 minutes to the hour on Paris Live PM. Well, from 1975 to 1990, Lebanon endured a brutal civil war that uprooted over 1 million people. But now some parts of the country are looking to permanently heal old wounds and to begin a new chapter. The Lebanese village of Briha is the last of the 90 villages in the mountainous Shuf region, whose Christian residents will have all returned home by May 17th this year, after having been driven out during the 1983 War of the Mountains. Our correspondent, Ruth Michelson, has been to Briha and she filed this report.
This is the sound you can hear everywhere in Greece in spring. Water flowing down the mountains in Shuf as the snow melts. But now it's being joined by a new sound. The sound of construction. Troy's Christian population fled following fierce sectarian battles between the town's Christian and Druze residents in what came to be known as the War of the Mountains. They were part of the 260,000 Christians who fled the Shuf area, including Brie. Now, a combination of political agreements by community leaders from both sides and an initiative by Lebanon's Ministry of the Displaced means that the town's former Christian residents are coming back, 32 years after many of them fled. Sitting on the porch of the house he left as a young man, Alfred Khoury says that he is happy to be back in his family home.
I grew up here and I have so many nice memories of this house. Me and a group of friends used to have little parties here with arak and tabbouleh. There's nothing nicer than being in your village again. It's the basis of everything. It's your village.
But the house, like many others in the village, needs a lot of work before it can be lived in again. Khoury is expecting $20,000 from a government fund for those displaced during the Civil War. But he's yet to actually